Tomb Raider is the latest video game adaptation to hit theaters. Does it break the curse? We'll let you know right here on Screen Junkies News. I'm Dan Murrell, and joining me for this review,
JTE, what's up, everybody?
JTE, out from behind the board.
Yeah, once in a while I get to creep out here and talk about movies. I love it.
Roth Garnett is away on assignment, so JTE was lucky enough as the other person here that's actually seen Tomb Raider to step in and do the review with me. JTE, every time one of these video game movies comes out, it's the same narrative. Video game movies, traditionally, not very good.
No, I think there's a lot of hope with Warcraft and Assassin's Creed. People were like, this is going to be the one. Didn't quite turn out that way for those movies, in my opinion.
Not quite. A mixed bag on both of them. I actually liked parts of Warcraft a lot.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed was kind of a snooze for me. Tomb Raider, we had the Angelina Jolie movies back in the early 21st century. A lot of people saying like, well, you got Alicia Vikander. She's an Oscar winner. You have kind of a buzzy up-and-coming director. You were talking about a movie, The Wave, right?
Yeah, the director's original film, The Wave, which is not like this. It's a foreign film, but it's not like when you think of a foreign film. It is like kind of a B-movie disaster film about an avalanche that causes this tsunami in this small town. Is like, oh my God, we're all going to die. It's very entertaining. I believe it's on Netflix. And I was really impressed with the effects. Like this, he does not have the budget of a Hollywood movie in that film, but he had really good characters, some good drama, a family dynamic, and the effects look good. So I was like, okay, this guy knows how to direct an action sequence. Can he make the move to Hollywood?
Well, I will agree with you. Yeah, I'll agree with you that he knows how to direct an action sequence. So Tomb Raider for me was okay. If you're asking me, did it break the curse? I don't know if I can say that it broke it, but it didn't. It's not, on the wall of shame.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't fall to it either in a way. I think when it comes down to it, when I'm watching a movie, it feels like a video game story. And I think that's the biggest issue with this film. All the pieces are there. It looks good. The effects are actually really good, in my opinion. Some good performances, some not so much. But at the end of the day, the story wasn't there. Yeah,
well, I agree with you. The action is good. I thought that they actually did a really good job of visualizing video game action and translating it to kind of a believable action sequence. It didn't seem cheesy. Just the different hallmarks, the hanging levels, the running through a thing that's collapsing. Like, these things that you played in all these video games. I thought they did a good job incorporating that into the movie, and I thought it was shot well. I agree with you, kind of like with The Wave. I thought the effects looked good. This did not look cheap.
Nope.
This looked like a movie that actually had some money behind it. So many of these video game movies look cheap. This movie didn't look cheap. I thought the action was well choreographed and executed. But it's the story. This script is the most cliche. I mean, cliche is people say, oh, well, this movie sucks because it's cliche. And it's like, it's cliche because we've seen a bunch of movies. So I could see if you're new to the genre, if you haven't seen a lot of movies, you might think this is okay. But I mean, if you've seen an action movie, my God, if you've seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, you are definitely going to know what's going on. Because to say that this movie borrows from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade would be kind. To say that it is an almost a remake would be a little closer to the truth. But it is just, there's nothing fresh or original about the characters, the dialogue, the story. And there's twists and turns that I saw coming a mile away. And I think that's where this movie falls, is you had a great cast, you had a great action. Everything else is just so cookie cutter.
And I think the fact that it is a video game movie is the reason for that. When you play a video game, this ain't The Last of Us. When you play Tomb Raider, you just need an excuse to get from point A to B, have some cool cutscenes in between, some button smashing, like I got to hit this at the right time so I don't get crushed by a rock. So for me, it's like when you think of the Tomb Raider, you think it has a potential, a structure where you can be like, all right, let's put in some good characters, a good story. But instead they just feel like they're like, oh, let's just take some of these connecting things from the video game, put this character in there, and hopefully that character, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, will be enough for people just to be like, I'm on board. And again, I agree with you. The action's pretty good. I think Alicia Vikander is kind of a standout here. I think her personality, she gives a much more of a spunky kind of performance compared to Angelina Jolie, who's like this very stoic, like, I am the rich girl.
Almost, I was thinking about that. It's almost kind of winky, almost
a little
camp in a way in the original Tomb Raider movies. I thought Alicia Vikander what she was given,
Yeah.
she executed well, but the movie just didn't give her that much.
True, and this is kind of like Tomb Raider Begins. This is not the Tomb Raider that Angelina Jolie, when you started those movies off, she was, I'm full Tomb Raider. This is like part 3, you're coming into the franchise. This one, it really does feel like the beginning. And she doesn't, in a lot of ways, really become Tomb Raider till much later in the film.
Well, and the movie makes no secret of the fact that this is a setup. I mean, literally, it ends with 2 setup beats for future movies. This is one where, so many times people say, like, oh, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie. If you've seen the trailer for this, you have literally seen every action sequence and even like the ending beat of the movie.
Not even that.
The trailer.
The video game that this one's based on, which was the rebooted Tomb Raider, there are shots and sequences that are pulled directly from that game.
Right.
There's even establishing shots. I'm like, that literally could just be, hey, see this shot in a video game? I want to recreate it in a movie. Yeah. And so someone who played that game and really liked it as a reboot of the Tomb Raider franchise, they really almost to a fault followed the action beats and the setting to a certain point where I'm just like, oh, I felt like I've been here before because I have.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm a little frustrated by this movie just because there were so many elements that were there. And I feel like if they had just put any effort whatsoever into telling an original story. That's so much of this is about story. Yeah. If they'd put any effort into telling an original story, I think that this really could have come out as a really kind of fresh, well executed action film, but it's really everything shallow. It's very shallow.
Very shallow story wise.
I mean, Walton Goggins between this and the
anything he does.
I mean, he's great, but as far as like villain roles between this and the latest Maze Runner movie, I've now seen 2 movies in 2018. That have Walton Goggins, who's a great actor, and they don't know what to do with him. I mean, he's just the most generic. He's just barely.
I didn't even see it.
Barely.
Okay.
And this movie, he's just the most generic, bland.
He's a video game bad guy.
He's a video game bad guy.
He's there to be bad for no reason.
Yeah, and it's like, again, you have a great actor, you don't give him anything fresh or original or interesting to do. So Tomb Raider, again, it's okay, it's fine. Like, I can't really say
there's some
run out and go see it. There's some
twists and turns that I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming, only because it would have been stupid if you did it.
Yeah.
When it happens, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. You're going to be like, oh, it's a little groany. Like, really?
Why would you
do that? It just felt silly at times.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible.
No,
I can't say don't go see it, but I'm also not going to say that you should run out and see it. It's a matinee movie. Maybe if it's a movie pass movie, or it's, wait until you can, get it on demand or on Blu-ray or whatever, because, it's okay.
I think
it's okay.
If you're a Tomb Raider fan, you're a diehard Tomb Raider fan, you've been waiting for this movie, you're probably going to enjoy it for the most part.
Yeah.
But I think anyone outside of it just knows Tomb Raider as a movie series and just as a character, they're going to go in this movie and just be kind of like, oh, that was okay. It was generic. Unless you're a diehard Tomb Raider fan, then I think you're really going to be excited.
Yeah, I agree. So not a huge recommendation from either one of us.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's okay. You can find right here on Screen Junkies News a review for another movie that is coming out this weekend that I really liked, called Love, Simon.
Oh, I heard good things.
Yeah, I really, really like this movie. It's also coming out this weekend. You can find that review here on Screen Junkies News and all of our other videos. And you can find us here every day on Screen Junkies Universe, every week reviewing movies, doing box office. We do all kinds of stuff here.
Man, we do it all.
We do it all.
If it's got movies, anything to do with movies, we got covered.
Yep. JTE, thank you for joining me to
Thanks
talk
for
Tomb Raider.
Me. Yeah.
The curse still kind of lives. This doesn't do that much to break the curse. We're still looking for that great white whale.
It's a baby step in the right direction.
It's a baby step in the right direction. Maybe something someday will be able to be the breakout hit from this genre. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Till next time. Bye.